Hi crafting family. I'm doing a quick little video, I'm hoping it's quick, on how to use Design Space, how to utilize all the features, how to go about doing what we need to do in order to make something, because that's the end goal, right, is to make something. And you get it and you open Design Space and you're like, what the heck? I don't know any of these features. And so yeah, I'm just going to help walk you through just the basic little things and what each one does and what I prefer to use instead of Design Space, because I find Design Space is getting slower and slower the more units that they sell, which is unfortunate. But there's a lot of things that Design Space doesn't have the capability of doing, that it just takes longer to do. And so for me, I use other programs, and I'm going to show you those programs as well, because that's just, I'm a helpful person, so I'm gonna show you them as well. So let's get into it. So this is when you open your Design Space and you click on New Project. This is the window that you come to. So if ever you need to get back somewhere, you can just click on your canvas, or you can click on Canvas in your drop-down menu as well. Your settings right here, you can choose your language. You can do partial grid, no grid, or full grid, whichever measure you want. So this would be centimeters and millimeters, and this would be inches and feet. I have it for saving. I have it cloud and computer, so it's saving to both. So if ever I had to go offline, I could, and from my understanding, my projects are still there. And then your canvas style, new or classic. I'm going to click classic because I don't like the way that they have it now. I preferred it the way it was before. So maybe now it's not the time to try it. But anyway, anyways, so here we are. We're back here. Okay, so new. We have templates. Honestly, I don't use templates. One of the videos I'm going to do with you, we're going to make a t-shirt and we're going to make a onesie. So I'll show you how to do it without the templates, but I do know a lot of you do use the templates to do them. So like, for example, let's say the apron. What it's going to do is it's going to bring up an apron. So I don't know if you can see it very well there. It's just a faint image of an apron, and basically you can put your design on and see what it's like. But the thing is, I'm going to click new and it gets rid of it. All items are so different, right? Like the shirt you have might not be like the shirt that's in the template or whatever. Like that apron, I don't have any aprons like that, and so I would rather just do my own thing. So anyway, your next one is projects, and this is where I'm going to talk about non-Cricut related things. So if you have access, great. Good for you. I had access when I first started. I used the month free trial, and then I think I did a month or two after, and yeah, it was okay. I thought it was the bee's knees, and I used it, but then I didn't like the things that were on there, and so for me, I just yeah, I found I was using other programs more. So I got rid of it, but then what I realized when I got rid of it is they operate just like say Blockbuster or a video store, where or Google Play, if we talk now, the rental streams. So you're just renting it. You're renting their items, and then as soon as you're not paying for their access, you now, if you want to make that project again, you have to pay to use that item. So now your project might cost to be able to click on make it and make it. So what I find is, I'm going to show you. So I use, personally, I have no affiliation with them at all, but personally, I have used design bundles. And at the time there was design bundles and font bundles, and you got a membership for one and you had access to both. Now it's basically they've combined it. So I can't really answer the question of which membership to buy because I was grandfathered in. So I have the top tiered membership for the same cost that I was paying before I was grandfathered in, if you know what I mean, because it used to be $7.99. Now there's different tiers, like there's the cheaper one, the middle one, and then the higher one. And what they do is they give you points. And that's what I like about it. So like up here, if you notice, I have, because I don't use them all the time, but I have 846 points. So the points, if you go into the plus, you get, they have a ton of things in the plus that this is where mainly I get a lot of my stuff from. That way I don't have to buy it, and I still get the commercial licenses, which is key because you want the commercial license because you don't want to take something that somebody else has used or created. You're not giving them the acknowledgement is the way I see it. But yeah, the other benefit to this is here they have your dollar deals where for a 24-hour period they'll come out with like all of these bundles, and they're $1 each. So they're offered to everybody else for 24 hours, but for the people that have access in their membership, we get an extra 24 hours, plus we get a secret vault of bundles that aren't being offered to other people. So to me, it's worth it. You download them, so they're on your computer. They're yours for forever. This is where I get most of my fonts from, is through bundles and so forth. So we'll go back to Design Space. So this is what the templates are. So if you're a Happy Planner person, there's Happy Planner stuff in here. That might be a good one to do. I love my Happy Planner. Okay, so the next one is images. It is the same basis as the other projects. So you're gonna have to pay. If you have access, you should get the majority of them free, I would think. And then you have text. So this again is where I use a separate program to do my text because I find Design Space super slow when creating text. Sorry. So there's a couple ways that you could do it. So let's type in a word. I'm going to type in my name. So Tanya. So up here we have our options. We have our font, the style, you know, your regular, your bold, italic. Some fonts don't have these options. Your font size, but again, you can change it with the arrows. You can unlock it. You can change the height and the width. That way your letter spacing and your line spacing, I will discuss the letter spacing in a bit. Your alignment, if you have, so if we had have hit return here and gone down and added another one and we wanted them to be centered or all on the left or all on the right, that would do it here. If we wanted our text to have a curve to it, that would be there. So yeah, and then your advanced ungroup the letters, which is just right there, is ungroup. So, but so you can choose which font you want by clicking up here, and you can go through. And this has all of the Cricut fonts plus all of the fonts that are on your system. So you can go through and see what the Quick Brown Fox jumps over the lazy dog looks like, or you can go to wordmark.it, which is an amazing program. I love it. And you can see what your actual, these are all the fonts that I have on my system, and it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So say for right now, I want to do, let's do this one, a manita. So I want to do a manita. So we're going to go in here, and up here where it says search fonts, we're going to just type in a man, and then hit enter. I didn't even spell the whole word, but there it is. Okay, so it's taking a while for it to do it. I'm going to go to the program that I prefer, and I do all of my fonts in here, and I'm going to show you why. So we're going to do two ways here. We're going to click over here on the left, and we're just going to put in our font. So we're going to go Tanya. And then I'm just going to highlight that, copy it, paste it, and then I'm going to go up here to text, and I'm going to go text and font. I'm going to bring my font out because sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate today. Of course, because you know you're doing a video and whatever else. So I'm just going to I'm going to increase the size of this so that y'all can see it. So there we go. Okay, so for some reason, okay. All right, so here we have our name. We're gonna choose a little mixed up. Doesn't matter what font. So there it is. Okay. Now say, we're gonna get rid of that one because that one's not working. So let's just type out my last name. So what I want to do is I want to go up here, and I want to, there we go. So acapella script. If you notice here, acapella script, it's like already formed together. So we'll see when we go into the design space again what happens with the other acapella scripts. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on that. We're going to go object to path. My brain is not working as fast as my hands. Okay, so on this one again. So object to path, then we're going to ungroup. So here each individual one. And then this is just like the weld feature in Design Space, which I'll show you, and you're going to union. So then you're going to take this and you're going to save as, we'll just save it as Tanya. And then, yeah, it's going to ask me to replace it, but that's fine. Plain SVG, save, replace yes, because I need to replace it. We're going to go back into Design Space. So here's this one, it's done. I don't know how long it took because I didn't want to sit around and wait. But we're going to jump down here to upload. So this is the next feature. So we're going to upload. We're going to go here and we're going to go to the craft folder. And then we're going to go date modified. And we're going to go here and then we're going to go, yep, that's the one we want. We're going to open it and it's going to have the two names. Okay. Then we're going to click. So this is how you upload an SVG because the names now are an SVG. You don't have to do anything to them. When you bring them in, they're already an SVG. So here's the names. Up here, ungroup. Now we've learned how to use the ungroup feature. So here's Tanya, different ones. But if you notice, this one here, the spacing, like I'm not keen on it. Like the T is way over. I'm not happy with it. So this one here, the spacing is better. Now let's do this here. Let's go to text again. And then we're gonna Sorry, that was my daughter. She calls me a lot. um, so yeah, I don't see, and again, it's waiting. You see, this is why I don't like to do it in Design Space, because it just takes forever, and then it only gave me the C. So it's all there, but it's not showing that it's there. So let's do it again. So you had to work through the frustrations with me of Design Space. Oh, now it's there. Okay, so now we have it up. Okay, so let's go to the same one that I did, the acapella script right there. Eventually it'll come up, and eventually you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Again, I don't have control over Design Space. It's a very frustrating program. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I'm not a fan of anything other than the Cricut machine itself. I'm not a fan of their product, and I'm not a fan of their Design Space. It's very limited on what it can do. So this is what your word looks like, and that's not how you do cursive. That's, you know, so in order to do this to this, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to letter spacing, and this is what they say to do. Just keep joining until you get it to join together. But if you look, see, let's increase. So there's a, down here, you can increase your word. So this is all matched up. That's great. But like, look at the R. The R and the E aren't matched up. So this is where you have to ungroup. And what I would do, because I have the O and N exactly where I want them, I would highlight just the R to the N. I'd get that little grouping, and then I would put them together. And then you'd have to highlight all of it. And then this piece, this will show you down on your right, you have 3 features. You have weld, attach, and flatten. Now, the attach I'll show you in a minute. If we were to just attach this right now, though, it would cut out the C. And because part of the C is hanging into the A, it would cut part of the A. And then it would cut the A and part of the M. And then it would cut the M and part of the E. See what I mean? So it's going to cut them as they were separate letters, not as a flowing cursive text. We want to weld it. Weld is just like we did in Inkscape with union. So when we did union and we got that as one thing, that's what we did. Sometimes when your letters are too small for Design Space to say, oh, you welded it, say your A, the inside of your A, isn't big enough. So what it's going to do is it's going to just have that all black. So it welds it as one whole piece. What I would suggest is, if that happens, undo it up here, and then just make your word big. Okay, make it super big. It doesn't matter, because you can resize it afterwards, and then weld it, and then resize it to however you want it to be. Okay, I hope that made sense. So this one here we don't have to do anything with, because we already did something with that. But this one here, in order for it to cut like this, and not with the T here and the N here and the Y here, it'll take all your letters and it'll make them all messed up. Go down here to the paper clip and attach. Okay, so that's one thing to do with your attach. You can also click it again, it'll detach it. So in order to ungroup this, to fix the letters to be how we want them, we would need to detach and then ungroup, and then we could fix the letters. Okay, so we did the upload. We'll do another upload in a second, but first we're gonna do a shape. So I wanna make a label, and I need to put labels on my stuff so that everybody knows it's mine, don't touch it, it's mine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a square, because right now if I made this a print, it's still going to cut all the letters. It doesn't have like an area just to cut around. So it's going to print it, but then it's going to cut out every individual letter, and I don't want that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it a different color for now, because I don't want it to be the same color as the word or close to it. I want to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to turn it pink. You can, unless you want it to have like a white background, do whatever color you want. So I might, I'll just keep it as pink. So I'm going to bring this, but look, it's going behind. What do? We're going to right click and we're going to send this image here to the back. So now it's behind my name, and I can keep my name that size, or I can enlarge it. So I can enlarge it this way. Oh, it's great that the width is great, but it's too big, too high. You unlock and you can just manipulate that way. And yeah, you know what? That looks kind of good. Now, if we highlight both of these and we go up to here to align, come down, we want to center both. So I want to center it all the way around. So I'm going to go center. It centered it that way. And then one more key thing in order to make this so that it prints. So right now, so say we went and just did my name. I want my name. I'm going to go up here to fill. I want it to just print. That's all I want it to do. I just want it to print. It's going to print and cut. But like I said, when it prints and cuts, it's going to print and then cut each individual. So what we want to do is we want to highlight the whole thing, the rectangle and the name. We're going to go down here to the corner. Sorry, my throat's dry. And we're going to use the feature called flatten. So there you go. It now, if you look in here, they're together, it's flattened, and it's going to cut. So it's going to print out on your printer. It's going to print the pink rectangle with the black name Tanya, and then you're going to put it on your mat for your Cricut, and it's going to cut just the rectangle. Okay? Now, let's upload an image. Okay, so we've uploaded an SVG. Now we want to upload a PNG file. So PNG and SVGs, sorry, PNGs and JPEGs are different in how, let's make these so we can see them. I'm gonna get that dog. So there's our little puppy dog. Now, if the puppy was black and white, then I would just go and use simple. But because he's more complex, he's got more colors, I'm gonna use complex. So you can use moderately complex as well. I just, you know what, to make sure I cover all my bases, I always just go complex. So there we go. All we need to do is hit continue, because this image is a PNG, so the background is already taken care of. So we're gonna go continue. If you were to cut it on your Cricut with just the Cricut, no printer, this is what it would look like. It would just be one solid shape. But we want to print and cut so we get all the great features. So we continue, and we're going to upload that. So this here, it's just going to do the outline of it. It's just going to cut around it. Okay, so if we wanted to make two dogs, we would go up here to duplicate. Okay, so your other options, you could have flip, so we could flip it horizontally, or we could flip it vertically. So now he's standing on his head. this is the majority of the things that you're going to use as a beginner. Now I'm going to suggest play with it. Play with Design Space. Just mess around. Just have fun designing things. And then you know what? Honestly, if you want to practice cutting and you don't want to waste money on the vinyl, then just use paper and cut paper just to practice. Practicing is the best way to learn. Come in and just mess around, because that is how you're going to know the things that you like and the things that you don't like. And you know what? Like, there are some things that I still like. The contour feature, I'm not the greatest at, but our graphics designer, she's phenomenal at it, where I'm not. So, you know, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses, and that's where the Crafters Hub, our Facebook group, that's where we can help each other. That's what it's there for. It's there so that we can be a community and we can help and we can teach each other things and just help each other grow, right? So this is going to be the part A video. Our part B video, we're going to be making some stickers, and we're going to make some a water bottle so that you can see what it's like working with the Make It feature up here. So we'll delve more into the Make It button and actually producing an object and producing something that we're going to make it, so that, you know what, you can walk away with a finished product. And if there are any questions ever, message me, ask for help, because there's nothing wrong with that. It's the way we learn. It's the way that we grow with our crafting skills. I'm constantly having to ask some of my friends with help on making different things. I'm learning how to sew better than I knew how, and I'm learning new things, and I have to lean on people. So do that. You're learning. Lean on people. So yeah, make sure you join the Facebook group, because that's where the majority of times I will post the sales. I will post the games that we play so that you can get discounts. All right. So yeah, have a great week, guys. I will post the next video tomorrow. And I hope this one was informative. If you thought so, like it. And you know what? Tell me, like, message me and let me know what you didn't like, so that I can improve on the next one. I mean, I'm new to videos. I'm more of a public speaker, not a behind the camera person. I'd rather be there with you so that I can see your expressions. Anyway, have a great day, and I will chat again soon. Bye.